Uh, Good evening, everyone. Today we can discuss in the few key topics which are related to performance and maintaining the server healthy state and some other areas. Okay. So today mainly we can cover indexing, index types, fragmentation, and how to how to find the fragmentation. And if you see any fragmentation, how to go for rebuild and reorganize, uh, and what is the fill factor. Uh, these are the key areas for the uh, as a database team or a team member. We need to know the this area, and we need to understand, and we need to give some recommendations, and we need to remove unwanted indexes, and we have to create some indexes, and we have to go for review and diagnose and some other uh, uh, some other means like this regularly these operations we won't perform regularly. We can perform weekly based, but whenever we see the performance, we used to check these areas. That is the one uh, kind of a topic we can discuss. Later we can see how to troubleshoot iCPU, then and how to troubleshoot uh, iMemory. Uh, we'll try to cover this topic, and as well as if time allows, we can go for how to troubleshoot slow running queries. Here, uh, the investigation almost will be same, but the thing is like we need to uh, choose, and we need to act as per the investigation and issue. Like most of the things like what are the we discussed so far, the key areas, those we are going to check. But in order to that, how to perform the and how to get the information one by one. So first, we will go for the indexing. Okay. So let me go for the index topic. Then we will go for one by one. Let me ask the our Google what exactly indexing. Then we'll go for the scenario based. What is index in, in SQL Server? Okay. So indexing uh, um, is nothing but a pointer. Okay. So index, what is the index means like if you go for in the C program and other areas. So generally like we know right what is the pointer. So the pointer, it won't contain the data, but it will refer the address to fetch the data. The same logic we can use the SQL server. Why? Because SQL server is a structured query language, right? Based upon the query, it will fetch the data and insert the data. So here index is the kind of a structure, and it's kind of like a pointer that will uh, provide the information of the data where it is stored. Okay. And that will help to get the data fast retrieval. So generally the index will help most of the select statements. So like the select statements like reporting. So in the reporting, we can use select statement and we can use insert statement, but that insert statement will depends upon the select statement. So that scenario, I want to get the bulk select statements, like 100 member information, I need to get it. Or maybe some other uh, reports I need to get. is kind of like a select statement, not modified data. Like it's not going to any update or delete, but I want to get the data which is stored in the database. That means disk. Disk means page. That time our index will help. So the definition of the index is means like a index is nothing but a pointer, and index is a, okay, you will go for here. Exact. Index is in SQL Server is a mechanism used to enhance the speed up of the data retrieval operations on the tables or views. Okay. So this is the definition for the indexing. Let me go for Copilot and we'll get the definition and we'll explain. Because in the indexing definition, and we need to understand the mechanism, it's very important to troubleshoot the any scenarios. Why? Because if you're not understanding the indexing area, then we not able to uh, resolve the performance issues. So if you have experience from the fresher to 3 to 4 years, that is okay. But once you have the more than 4 years plus, then people will expect how uh, resolving the performance issues. So in the previously, each and every team, there will be one person kind of like a senior or an expert or performance engineer. If you get any performance issues, those people will handle. But nowadays, there is no kind of like a scenarios. Who are available on the shift, those people have to act. So what is the performance? So let's go for the some theory, then we'll go for the definition, then we can understand. If I directly give the explanation, we'll get to some confusion. So the thing is like the performance is means like uh, generally like I have a uh, uh, some report every day. The report is getting within 5 to 6 seconds. Okay, so there is a one report. Report means like a you take a think like a we have a Reliance company. In that Reliance company, main data is storing into the Mumbai. So there is a one key table will be there, pricing table. Okay, that pricing table, the Reliance having lot of information, kind of like they have lot of business. So each business and each purpose they will maintain the dedicated tables. So now we can take the example for the Reliance Mart. So in the Reliance Mart, what will happen every day morning or every day night 12 a.m. the rates will change, right? Why? Like think like a petrol or some other thing. Today, if you see one petrol price, that will be different. To if you go for tomorrow, that will be different. But main data will be updating in the uh, Mumbai office. So here they have a lot of branches. So here I have a branch. We have a branches called like Hyderabad, Bangalore, some other area. They want to get the data right. Why? Because they want to see what is the today current price. It is same as yesterday or it is different. So for that, what you need to do, they have to fetch the select statement. The select statement is it simply go to the database and it will fetch the record and it will show the data. It is not going to do anything. What are the data they have? It will simply get the data so that the prices will they can see this is the price for today. So here if they're not maintaining any prices like indexing, what will happen uh, before that? Like every day the data is getting Bangalore office and Hyderabad office and some other areas. Okay, so every day the report is getting 5 seconds, but some point of time they're getting the reports like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, sometimes 1 minute. So if we think like the difference from 5 to 10 seconds, that not much delay. But if you think about the business perspective, so one, if it is delay for 10 seconds, what will happen? The customer will unhappy, right? So the people they don't have time to wait. Like if you enter the counter, Okay, you stand in front of the counter to pay the bill, but the report, the people has to give the bill, like enter the bill, right? But they want to check the rate, but the rate is coming very slow. That means you can wait for the one queue. So again, we wait for 5 seconds, increase it to 5 seconds. That means one person 5 seconds, another person waiting for another 5 seconds. So the slowness, think like a one person is okay. But if you go for organizations, 5 seconds is not acceptable. So that is the reason the people will tell, can you tune the why the system is behaving very slow. So that time the indexing concept very help. So now we can go for the some practical how the indexing help him and how to get the data. That is a one kind of a real time scenario. So let me go for one more definition. Then again we will go for the one more theoretical knowledge in the real time. Okay. So let me go for co-piloting. What is asking? What is index in SQL server? Okay. Yeah. So the now the like Google and Microsoft the Copilot, the definition will be little changed, but the thing is giving the uh, core concept is same. So now it is telling index is a special data structure that SQL Server uses to quickly find the rows in the table. Uh, so what is like the index is means like a kind of a data structure. So using the that data structure, SQL Server quickly find the data. So here, what is giving the example is giving like example for our uh, test book. So in the test book, the front page it will contain the index, now, right? That index based upon the topics we have kind like a this topic will be presented on the this page. This topic this will present on the that particular page. So if you don't have the that particular index page, what will happen? I want to read the some particular module or topic. That scenario, what will happen? I need to go through the book from the first page to last page. I need to find the data. Then I have to read it. So if you apply the things, if you have the indexing on the first page, what I can do? First, I will look for the index page. So first page I will check. Then what will happen? I will go for the particular topic. Then that particular topic, what will happen? The particular index number doesn't have the content, but that will have the content like a pointer where the data is stored. So we can go to the that particular page number and we can read the data. So that is the definition of the here. It's kind of like a special data structure. So that means it have the one page and it has to stored some data and it has some uh, query. Like query means like to index. If you want to create index, we need to use some T-SQL to create the data like index. That will follow the some structure. That is called like a special data structure. So if you ask me, like I can tell index is a pointer. It will help to SQL server to quickly fetching the data. But in the real time example, we can tell like the index is a special data structure that SQL server usually quickly find the rows in the table. So here the thing is the scan. The scan means like we need to understand. Scan means read it. So if the index the book doesn't have the index, then what will happen? I have to read. The reading means like a scan. I have to go through the each and every pages and that while reading the data, it has to match the what I want. Then from there, I can read the data. So that is kind of like a table full scan. The table full scan means it doesn't have any index. What will happen? it has to start the reading the data from top to bottom, and it will read the data row by row, and until our required data to match. Then only it will pull the data and it will provide. If the data is not matching, what will happen? It will go for the row by row. So suppose I have a 10 rows. I want to 98th row. So if you're not maintaining any kind of a information, like think like I have a apartment. Okay, in that apartment having the number 100 floors, like what maybe 10 floors. In the 10 floors, there is a each floor having uh, some room numbers. Okay, then we have given the task. I need the data from the 48th number. So then what you need to do? You have to start from the bottom. Then you have to search for the each and room number. Then you have to get the data. So that will take time, right? So to avoiding that, and the each and every like a apartment, there will be one security persons. They will maintain the one record, right? That record maintain like this many floor, this many room numbers, this room number containing the this floor, so that directly we can go to the that particular floor, and from there directly we can go to the that particular record. So the thing is like in a initial our class discussion, like what we discussed in the SQL server, how the data is stored. So the data is stored initially in the rows, then it will stored in the page. The similar to it has kind of like a apartment and room numbers. So the data stored in the rows, and the rows can be stored into the page. So what will happen for searching? I have the record. That means it has a pointer, but that record has to store in the some page, right? So that it will go to the that particular page and it will fetch the data. That is the key concept of the indexing. So this is the theoretical for the indexing. So the definition is, what is the index? So index is a special data structure. Index is a special data structure that SQL server uses to quickly to find the rows in the table. So in the indexing, we have a several kind of a indexing, but there are, what do you mean to say? Uh, some traditional are indexing. So generally, if you ask index types, the people will tell the indexes are two types. One is clustered index and non-clustered index. So here the clustered index won't change, but non-clustered index will uh, variant. Variant means in the non-clustered index, we can use different kind of a where condition, like a different kind of a structure. And based upon the requirement, we can create like a covering index or smart index and some other indexes. So if people, anyone ask the interview, first of all, what is the index and types of index? What you need to tell? You need to provide the index definition. Then you can tell the index common types are clustered index and non-clustered index. So now I can explain the one by one like a clustered index and non-clustered index. So now let me stop the recording. Then again, I will start the index like a kind of a how the initial data is stored, so that the people whenever you watching the video, so that you can understand. I hope you understand the definition of the index. But further classes, like further section, we can go for the how the data is stored. Later, we can go for the index type. So let me stop the recording, and again we'll go for uh, another topic, and I will start the recording. Let me stop it. Stop recording.